Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the first video of the playlist for basic of React.js. In this video, you will learn the first lesson. For the first one, we are going to create the React.js project. To do that, go to any directory you want and type npx create react app. This will create a new React app. And if you just typing the name here, like for example, part 1, it is going to make a new folder with the name of part 1. And inside of it is the React project. But if you are already inside of the project folder, you can just write dot slash. This will make the project app inside of this folder. But since I'm not in the right folder, I will just write the name. It's going to be part 1. Enter, and it will start to creating the project. And here, as you can see, my React project has been created. Now I can cd to that project, and then you can type code dot. It will automatically open up this folder in your IDE. Here, as you can see, we have another modules, public, and source. This source is the folder where we are going to develop our website. So in here we have the app.css, app.js, test, and so on. But we actually don't need this much. So we can delete it first. We don't need setup test, report web vital, and logo.svg. We'll delete that. And then we don't need the index and app test.js. Now let's configure our website. In index, we have to delete this report web vital and index.js, and so this. In app.js, we have to delete this logo. We have to delete that, and we have to empty this one. We will remove this header. Save and save. Now you can open up your terminal, CLS, and you can use npm run, or you can also use yarn. Oops. And my server is already running. Now let's see how it looks in the website. It should be just an empty page. So if you get some empty page, you are having no error. Now let's develop or write our first code here. So go to your index.js, and we are going to make a new component. We will make two of them. For the first one is going to be the stateless, and the second one is going to be the stateful. For the stateful, it is something like cons and then state plus component, and inside of it we'll have a return. We will return just some few text. For the text is going to be the stateless component. Next, we are going to write the stateful component class stateful component extends react.component, and then render. We will return a stateful component text. And to show it, we just have to copy this function name, and then put it in here. We are going to replace the app. We'll paste it here, save, and let's see how it looks. As you can see here, we have the stateless component text. If we change it to stateful, it will automatically refresh, and as you can see, we have the stateful component. Now, as you can see here, if we just have a 2 component, it might be just took about 5 lines. But how about we have a ton, or we have 100 of component? It will be a lot. So to handle that, we will make the component separate. In here, inside of this src folder, I will make a new folder. First one is going to be component, and the second one is going to be container. For the component is going to have the stateless component, and for the container it will have the stateful component. So in here we can make a new one, a new file. I will make a new file called index, or not index, I will make something like hello component .jsx. Now I will type rfce, and it will make a basic structure of a React component. Or I can just copy it from here because we already have the stateless component. I can just Ctrl X or cut it and paste it here. Maybe we can change it to hello component. And for the stateful component, it's going to be inside of this container. I will make a hello world component. .jsx. I can copy and paste it here. Now, to import this stateful component, we just have to do import hello. Wait a second. Or you can just put it in here. If you are already writing the name of the function or the component, you can control and then space. It will automatically give you some autocomplete, and if you click it, wait a second. For example, here I will import the hello world component from, and then the path is going to be /container/ hello world component. But I think I forgot to add the export, so in here I will Alt+F first to beautify the code and change the stateful component name to hello world component. And for the export, it's going to be export default and the name of the component. For this one, for the hello component, is also forgot the export. We'll add it just same like the hello world component, and in index.js we can copy the name and paste it here. Now let's see how it looks in a website. We got some error. React is not defined. So we also have to add this import React from React to this hello world component and also to the hello component. And let's see how it looks. Now it is working fine. And the next thing we're going to do is try to add the CSS to our component. So inside of this component, I will make a new CSS file, and as possible as can is for the name is same with the component, so that we are not confused. When search the component name. Hello component.css. First, I will import it, and I will close all other file. We'll change this to hello component, because for now we are just going to give the CSS in hello component. And here I'm going to import styles from /hello component.css. Now let's add some CSS in here, like for example, blue is equal to color blue. Now, if in basic HTML we write class for class, in React is a little bit different. It is class and name. This can be string, and we can use also the styles. So in here, styles dot blue. Now let's see how it looks. And we get some error. Module cannot found. Oh, okay. So I forgot to add in CSS. We can add the module dot CSS. Let's see. Refresh. And we also forgot to change this. We have to change this container to component, because our hello component is in the component folder, not in container folder. Now let's see how it looks. And as you can see here, we have the blue color text. Next, we are going to try using props. So in here, an index, we're just going to edit it back to app, and then I will remove this. So go to your app.js, and in here, we are going to make an component with a props. For example, I'm going to go to the component, make a new one called card.jsx, and here I will just write privacy and tab. It will automatically create some basic structure for a JSX component. And here I'm going to have the card. Inside of the card, we're going to have the h1 title, and the second one, the p tag, is going to be description, and for the button, it's going to be action. In here, we are gonna passing some props. So I'm going to give some space to the props. The first one is title, and the second one is description. I will change this to curly brace and then title, and this one is going to be curly brace also, but this one is description. Now go to your app.js, and here we are going to import the card.jsx component. So I will import card from component/card, and here I'm going to call it. But if we are trying to call, let's see if we don't give some props to it, what is going on, and we get nothing. But if we give it some props in here, like for example the title is test, or maybe the title is just going to be Python, and the description is going to be programming language. Now let's see how it looks. And as you can see here, we got the Python and the programming language. So that means our props is work. This is the props, the data, and the component. So in here we can also set the default, like for example HTML, thing like that. For adding the default, we can just like this, title is equal to HTML and put it in a string. And for the description, it's going to be the markup language. So this data will appear if from the app.js doesn't give any data. So for example, I will make a new card tag, card, and we don't give any data. Now let's see in the browser. As you can see, the HTML and the markup language is showing. But if we give the data, title is equal to PHP, description is equal to programming language, language. Now let's see how it looks. And the PHP and the programming language is replace the HTML and markup language. Next, we are going to try use state. So here we are going to make a new field for the like p tag, and then like equal to, here I have a new use state snippet, and this one is like. For the default is going to be 0, and I will import it first. Import the use state. Now I will show the like here, like, and for the action we are going to give it some event. The event is on click. But first we have to make the function for the handle like. It will be const handle like equal to an arrow function set like plus 1. So every time this button action click, it will increase the like. It will handle like. Now let's see in the website, the 0 and then 0. If I click the like button, it will increment 1. This one is also working. So the use state is done. The next lesson is, now we are already trying it in a cart.jsx. But now let's try to edit it in app.js. So if in here our like is separated for the Python and for the PHP, let's make it in the app.js. So I will move this out, or I will copy it and paste it here. Alt Shift F. Nope, I can. Alt Shift, and then here I will make a new h3 maybe. h3 equal to total like is equal to like. Now to send this handle like to our card JSX, we need to pass it as a props. So in here, set like is equal to handle like, and in card.jsx we don't need this like anymore. And in here we have a new props. That new props is going to be set like, and we don't need this props anymore. And we don't need this like text. Now let's try it in a website. We got some error. Use state. Oh yeah, I forgot to import the React in here, and we also forget the T. There's also forget the T. Now let's try it in a website. if I click this like, it will add 1, and if we click this like in the PHP, it will also add 1. So we have the total like. And this also a function to edit the parent value with the child. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Thanks and bye bye.